Today, we're going to adopt a specialization for the sole purpose of getting access to the most metal-named goddamn ability in the game. Steel Defender!
Armies require protection, and someone has to put things back together if defenses fail. A combination of protector and medic, a battlesmith is an expert at defending others and repairing both material and personnel. To aid in their work, battlesmiths are accompanied by a steel defender, a protective champion of their own creation. Many soldiers tell stories of nearly dying before being saved by a battlesmith and a steel defender. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Listen, I'm just going to say Steel Defender is the most metal name in D&D. Love it.
All right, Mitch, run us through. Tell us what we get. How do we start this class off?
Tool proficiencies. At third level, when you adopt this specialization, so fucking cool. You gain proficiency with smith tools. If you already have this proficiency, you gain proficiency with another type of artisan tools.
Mm-hmm.
Brewmaker for drunk artificing. They do have a fifth subclass where they're just drunk and make horrible things that explode. Battlesmith spells. Starting at third level, you always have certain spells prepared after you reach particular levels in this class. So they don't count towards your number of Artificer spells, so they're just there in the background ready for you to use if you got the slots. All right, Artificer level 3. You get Heroism and Shield. 5th level, you get Branding Smite and Warding Bond. Both, I believe, are bonus actions, so that's pretty baller. 9th level, you get Aura of Vitality and Conjure Barrage. Yep. Both awesome. 13th level, you get Aura of Purity and Fire Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And 17th level, you get Banishing Smite and Mass Cure Wounds.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Pretty cool.
Fantastic. I like Shield definitely in this class. I'm not as much a fan of Warding Bond, but the other stuff, I mean, Fire Shield, very handy.
If you're looking at this like a medic class, Warding Bond is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're giving someone that might not have many hit points resistance to all damage they're going to take.
Yeah, but then you take the damage. I'd rather just heal people. Fine with that one. But yeah, I can see its uses.
Action economy, my friend. Action economy. So, battle ready. Did you want to take this one?
I sure do. Also at third level, the class that just keeps giving. At third level, your combat training in your experiments with magic has paid off in 2 ways. You gain proficiency in martial weapons. And when you attack with a magical weapon, you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dex for the attack and damage rolls. This is the sort of thing we're talking about. This is what monks should have had with wisdom. This is a great ability. And as long as you're using a magic weapon, and with your infusions, you should always have a magical weapon, you get to use your intelligence. And that's exactly what we're talking about. It means you just could worry about less stats than before. Big fan.
Yeah. Less ability scores required, the better. Steel Defender, the most rock part, the most metal part of D&D. At third level, your tinkering has borne you a faithful companion. Now keep that in mind. Faithful companion. It's friendly to you and your companions and obeys your commands. We'll put the stat block up here.
Sure will.
And so while you're looking at that stat block, in combat, the defender shares your initiative count. It takes its turn immediately. Shares your initiative count and takes its turn immediately after yours. Let's be honest, you'll change that back and forwards. DMs won't care. It can move and use its own reaction on its own, but the only action it takes during its turn is a dodge action unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action. That action can be one in the stat block or some other action. I love that. I feel like they didn't need to write that line. It's like, you must follow the rules or not. If incapacitated, defender takes any action of its choice, not just dodge. If the mending spell is cast upon it, it regains 2d6 hit points. If it has died within the last hour, you can use your smith tools to revive it as an action, provided you're within 5 feet of it and expend a first level spell slot. That's amazing. It returns to life after 1 minute with all hit points restored.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of a long rest, you can create a new steel defender if you have smith tools with you. If you already have a defender from this feature, the first one immediately perishes. Oh, oh, poor puppy. But the one thing to note is that if you actually die, so not unconscious, if you die, the defender will also perish. So yeah, there's a stat block. We're going to take it down now.
Yeah, it'll be up there, be down.
I'm assuming you'll just plot that in. Hang on, I'm going to pick it back up again.
Throw it around.
Throw it over there. All right. Cool. So extra attack at 5th level. Yeah, that's fair enough. You get to attack twice. Arcane Jolt. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I don't mind talking about Arcane Jolts. 9th level, you learn new ways to channel arcane energy to harm or heal. When either of you hit a target with a weapon attack, or your steel defender hits a target, you can channel magical energies through that to create one of the following effects. You can do an extra 2d6 force damage. Good. You can choose one creature or object you can see within 30 feet of the target. Healing energies flow into the chosen recipient, restoring 2d6 hit points to it. That's not too bad at all. You can do this a number of times, equal to your intelligence modifier, and can't do so again until you expend a long rest. So, very handy, but doing this is the sort of stuff that just gets people back up off the battlefield. No, it won't top people back up. You're only going to give them like 4 to 8 hit points. But it's enough to get people back up off the battlefield, which is exactly what they're describing in the start of this.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And, if they've got warding bond on them, they might stay up for a little bit longer.
They could.
So, improved defender. At 15th level, your Arcane Jolt and Steel Defender become more powerful and more metal. My dogs just started barking when that happened. I said more metal and they went... The extra damage in dealing your Arcane Jolt both increase to 4d6. That you can do, that's intelligence modifier. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. So your Steel Defender gains a +2 to its armor class. And whenever your Steel Defender uses deflect attack, the attacker takes force damage equal to 1d4 plus your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, that's good.
Damn.
So, what speaks to you on this subclass, Mitch?
I love their choice of Battlesmith spells.
Mm-hmm.
The way they've done this is like the spells, heroism, you're in there getting temporary hit points every round. Shield, you're deflecting attacks. Warding bond, you're stopping for someone going down. Mass cure wounds, you're healing everyone. Like Aura of Vitality, that's a crazy spell that only clerics get. Like that. Yep. All these spells are well chosen. Banishing Smite is a little bit higgledy-pickledy on White's there. I think it's very utility, but I guess they just wanted. I think they just wanted to give him a offensive capability. But love this specialization. Cool. I love adopting this specialization. How about yourself, man?
I love int for attacks. It's exactly what you're saying here to do. Monks are missing it. I don't need to go into that much further, but I think it really helps you focus. Int is your attacks, it's your saves, it's your bonus actions, it's everything. So this is definitely, like, if it didn't have this, there'd be some big problems with this class. So int is great. Mend to heal your defender. Fantastic. And that means after every fight you should be able to just about pump this thing back up to full health again and then head back out the door again with another ready to go steel defender, ready to bite, bark, and deflect. And the Sentinel feat pairs extremely well with your defender. If you park next to your defender and someone attacks you, the defender gives them disadvantage. If someone attacks the defender, you do extra damage with your... Sentinel feat. So all of it is really cool
Love
to use and go and stacks really nicely. And it's a great battlefield medic.
Now, listen, we're going to jump straight to character concepts because I can see I say that line. Say that line. Like I'm looking at it right now, and I just want to hear it. So, what sort of character do you want to play, Luke?
I want to play a character who can ride a very large chicken or an ostrich or an emu. I want to ride along, jousting off it as I ride through the battlefield, picking up wounded people and bringing them back to life as the first thing they see when they look up is an emu or a chicken leaning over them. Like, what the hell? I could ride the emu up, being a small character, tiny character, ride the emu up, leap off, then me and the emu hold back the line while people are trying to get healed. And it's exactly what I want to do. It's a very old game that had it, and yeah, it's
this is 100% what D&D is about. Like, you guys might not know this, but back in I think it was it like 1932, please edit that out to get the right date. Australia fought a war against the emus.
The Emu War, lost. Yeah. The Great Emu War.
The Great Emu War. And part of the reason Australia lost is because the emus had artificers that were riding on their fucking back, doing exactly what, jousting along. It was absolutely insane. The D&D nerds in Australia were riding the back of emus, taking out the troops. So, God damn, I love D&D. It's so great.
Yeah.
So,
how about you, Mitch? You got anything in mind?
As discussed in the last one, I had a gnome armorer in our pre-campaign.
Yep.
That living inside a armorer suit. Took him to a casino, playing poker, asked for 3 cards. When they got given them back, when they drew from the deck, it was a deck of many things. They got the void card. Soul got ripped out and put into an extra dimensional prison, which is a tiny shard.
Yeah.
We ended up having that character through some method, which I won't reveal now, pull parts of the room around the shard to itself and build its own Warforged body, and sent out a homing beacon to its old body, which has now become the Steel Defender. So the same character went from being a gnome armorer to a Warforged Battlesmith, and I've never been more excited to have a character in my campaign. I honestly, like, it just writes itself. I will give you one little hint that, because none of those guys watch these videos, we've put in a little thing that we're going to keep rolling a D100 every 30 minutes of game time. And if it rolls under a certain roll that will be accumulating, then an alarm goes off and a shard releases other prisoners from the prison.
Cool. Nice bit of story.
So it's basically a Horn of Valhalla that goes off at will of the DMs, kind of. So very, very cool. I'm very excited. But Steel Defender. Yeah, I want to play this now. I haven't yet, but it's on my list of top things I want to play.
Very cool.
All right.
Moving into that, I guess there's the tips for players. If you're going to play one of these, what are things you need to be considerate about? So I think, once again, like a lot of artificers, you need to talk to the DM about what else you can create with your artificer skills. Like, are they going to be hard and fast and just stick whatever it says on that page you can do and anything else you can't? Or are they going to look towards other forms of media, as to things that other people in movies have been able to create, and you want to create the same sort of things? Look towards the gear, which you can put on your armored defender. Yes, he gets +2 late in the game at like level 15, but what if you put a collar around him? And also, it's like a cloak of protection or something else to give him to top him up a little bit more. You could can you make him tougher? And also, you need to look at your relationship between you and the Steel Defender. When you were talking about what you were playing there, Mitch, it just coming to the back of my head that, like, I'm going to play a Warforged or Auto Gnome, but I'm going to actually be the dog. My Steel Defender is going to be the human-like figure standing next to me. So the dog and that talks, and everyone just sits in the suit that stands there quietly. And it's the dog that's controlling the suit.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, as a player, you need to look into these sort of things you can do. Your Artificer. Have you got anything else for players?
What I didn't mention is the way I'd be building this, and I don't say this often, but I'm going to say it. for the second time in this series. I think we've done like 20-something videos.
Yep.
Second time in this series, I'm going to multi-class.
Oh.
Because there is nothing cooler than a blade singing wizard mixed with a Battlesmith Artificer.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to give you a question. Why would I be doing that? What 6th level feature would I be using?
Oh, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about maybe a mirror image spell or something else you pick up that you may not be able to get from something else you want to get from through Wizard.
Very cool. But what you get is the extra attack feature at level 6 for the Blade Singer.
Oh, yes.
But part of this extra attack is that you can cast one of your cantrips in place of your attack. And it does not specify it has to be a cantrip that takes an action.
Yeah.
So you can cast Mending as one of your attacks.
Yes, right. I remember.
They create the most tanky goddamn steel defender, the most metal tanky steel defender that you can ever have. So 100% mechanically, I would love to do that. You get more spell slots, you get more probably equal higher level spells. And yeah, you're then casting Mending as a cantrip and getting your steel defender into the heat of battle and staying alive. Stay alive!
Yeah. For DMs. Now, what this has brought is this is a much better Ranger. Rangers try to do something very close to this, but it required a whole action to use. The Beastmaster thing when it first came out, I don't know if it's been modified. I'd have to go back and look at that one. But this uses a bonus action to do things. In which case, one thing that I'm very happy with would I'd be saying like Steel Defender, attack that guy. The Steel Defender runs up, starts attacking. He's not going to stop attacking. They'll like turn around and be like, what do I do next? Attack that guy next round. He attacks and bites and he stops. What do I do next? I said attack that guy. Just keep attacking that guy. When I use these in my game, the Artificer, to anyone who's got a thing they command, if it's a bonus action to command, they keep doing that until you use a bonus action to give them another command. This frees up bonus actions. Not a huge thing, but enough that the Sentinel guy could also now pop a shield up on himself. So if you don't like that idea, fair enough, okay. But to me, I just can't see you, as you brought up earlier, Mitch, saying like you walk down the street and you say, come in with me, and the dog follows down to you. And then you walk a little bit further and you're like, come here to me, and the dog's looking fine. It's not going to keep doing that. It's going to have some level of intelligence tied to it.
I think that's one of those things that like, the only time you would play it like that is if you want to play to leave the campaign. So we walk down the street. Did you give a bonus action to make the Steel Defender follow you again? You're going to have to do it every 6 seconds. Yeah. Well, that's unfair. Just do it.
Let's do it. Otherwise,
do it. I make my Steel Defender. No, you're back at the pub. You never said come.
Yeah. It would have some auto command. It would have some sort of sentience. If you can walk around and do things like that's a lot of sentience just to not fall over. As Boston Dynamics will tell you.
Floating disc. Honestly, treat it like a floating disc, and then have it like Simpson and his donkey. So you can use it for transport people off the battlefield. Yeah, all that sort of thing.
Dragging a stretcher behind him.
Like in my game that's coming up, I'm going to be, because it is from a gnome artificer. Sorry, a gnome armorer.
Yep.
That suit's going to have a huge level of sentience that's sort of working from him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wants to grapple with that thing, I'm going to let him. If he wants to do things with that, almost like an Echo Knight sort of thing, an attack or something, I'm going to let him, because that's goddamn cool.
It is. A lot of rule of cool coming from your side.
Yeah, it's, the rules are they're more like guidelines.
Some other things, as I've said in other Artificer ones, are to make sure you let your Artificer create cool things. Like, they're an Artificer. They're to build anything from sci-fi you can get. Let them build those things and bring them into the game. And if you're concerned about them breaking the game, make them single-use items that then blow up or dysfunction after their use. And also, remember that Artificers get extra spell slots for having attunements, the things they can attune to. If you're not giving them items that they can attune to, you are underpowering this class. It's meant to have most, I wouldn't say all, but most of its attunement slots filled. If you're not giving them that, then you are underpowering this class, and that goes towards people saying why this class is underpowered. It's because people don't give them magic items. So, you get to level 12 and everyone's only got like a +1 weapon. You've underpowered that campaign.
Definitely. And here's a quick one for you.
Mm-hmm.
As a little send-off
Yeah.
to show how brilliant our minds are. No, you're going to have to get ready to hit pause so you can come up with a good idea.
Okay.
All right. So, Archie,
Yeah.
one crazy idea that an artificer has made.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Crazy invention. Go.
A shadow control ray.
All right. Explain how that works.
You invent a ray gun, and when fired, it misses targets, unfortunately, but when it hits their shadows, it brings them to life, bringing the shadow now to, like Peter Pan, separate and run around and get up to its own mischief.
Love that. Absolutely love that. It's so cool. I'm going to go with the remote from Click.
It speeds up time and life.
But yeah, it's only got 1 or 2 uses, but like, somebody runs towards them, they're just about to attack, and they hit rewind and they run backwards. You press eject, and they just banished from the game. But I love the concept of a reality warping remote like that. It seems like an OP item, but just make it break if they don't roll a 20 after using it.
Yeah, some big head guy's giving a speech and you're sitting there turning the volume down. So, yeah, the speech.
Yeah, you're at a tavern as the guy's giving you the mission, and you mute him and go, I want to talk to that goblin in the corner. That cute goblin. Fuck you.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us about the Battlesmith. It is a damn fine class, lots of fun, better than the Ranger, and I think it does exactly what you want out of it. And the fact that it's designed around a healing person brings that little bit more to it. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I don't know if Artificer is the best class in the game because it's the latest to be invented, so it had the foreknowledge of what everyone else had, and then it could do something different, or just because Artificers are cool.
I think Artificers need more subclasses, and they've only got 4, and all the others have got like 7+. So I think we need to see more Artificer subclasses coming out. I've seen someone do like the Wire Weaver type Spider-Man subclass. I think there need to be more of those starting to come out.
I've got one. I've got one right now. Doc from Marty, we've got to go back to the future.
A specific item creator who makes more items?
It's all chronomancy
style items. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Hell yes.
All right.
Hell yes.
If you've liked this, we're doing many other reviews on both subclasses, adventures, and all sorts of D&D talk. It's all about like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff that the YouTube loves. And we'll catch you next time for the next video. See ya.